Perched precariously between the endless blue of the Pacific and the rugged spine of the Santa Lucia Mountains, the Big Sur coastline is a landscape defined by its extremes. It is here, amidst a grove of ancient Monterey cypress trees, that field architecture has realized a residence that does not merely occupy the land, but borrows its very identity from it. The project is a masterclass in architectural humility, demanding a profound understanding of a region where the cliffs drop dramatically into the surf and the elements reign supreme. The philosophical roots of this home stretch back decades to the Miller House, designed in the 1970s by Jess Field, the practice's founder. Just as the Miller House was built to surrender to the massive boulders of the Johannesburg outskirts, this Big Sur residence follows a similar lineage of symbiosis. For Jess Field, Stan's son and co-founder, the project was an opportunity to tune into the power and majesty of the natural world, ensuring that the built form would yield to the environment rather than attempt to conquer it. Building on such a site required navigating a gauntlet of volatile conditions, including seismic activity, extreme temperature swings, and a relentless erosion rate of nearly 30 centimeters per year. The architects began with a period of silent observation, absorbing the magnitude of the forces shaping the cliffs. However, the true breakthrough came with a delightful discovery, a perennial stream hidden beneath a soft patch of earth. This unexpected waterway became the literal and metaphorical heart of the design concept. To protect this ecological feature, the residence was conceived as two distinct pavilions straddling the ravine. A glass-enclosed entry bridge connects the structures, allowing the seasonal waterway to flow unimpeded beneath the home. By splitting the mass of the building, the architects not only preserved the existing vegetation but created a lived experience where the landscape is constantly present, flowing through the very center of the domestic sphere. The home's materiality further blurs the line between the man-made and the organic. The articulated facade features monolithic stone-clad walls that echo the jagged cliffs below. By mixing cleft and sawn stone faces, the architects ensured that when the sun hits the building, it reflects the same shifting light as the natural rock formations. In this way, the house appears as an extension of the earth, a geological byproduct that has emerged naturally from the cypress grove. Inside, the layout functions as a choreographed series of encounters with nature. The interior experience is intentionally sensory, pulling residents through the space with carefully framed views and tactile finishes. From a small bench at the entrance designed for viewing a single tree to clerestory windows that draw the gaze toward the California sky, every corner of the home serves as a reminder of its context. Jess Field likens this gradual process of becoming familiar with the home's nuances to the experience of falling in love. This intimacy extended to the interior design and custom furniture, which the architects oversaw to ensure a seamless transition from the exterior shell to the living spaces. Pieces were crafted by the same laborers who built the structure, and artworks, such as photo emulsions inspired by local tidal pools, were integrated to deepen the connection to the site. Ultimately, the house stands as a testament to the idea that architecture is at its best when it moves out of the way of natural systems, allowing the environment to dictate the form.